Hey there, everybody. It's Corey from The Abundant Artist. I wanted to share a story with all of you that happened to me earlier this last week. I took a coaching call while I was out on a walk. For those of you who care to see it, there's the Portland, that's the Hawthorne Bridge in Portland, Oregon. I go for a walk around the river most mornings. And this particular morning I took a walk. I was taking a coaching call with an artist who, she told me she had read my book, the How to Sell Your Art Online book that was published last year. And she had nice things to say, which I always appreciate. But then something happened that kind of irritated me a little bit. So she told me about a particular problem that she was having, and I said, well, did you do this exercise from chapter 2 of the book? And she didn't know what I was talking about. And I believe her. I believe that she read the book, and I believe that she got something out of it. But this happens all the time, and I'm not just talking about with my book. I'm saying the idea that people read books or consume information, listen to podcasts, all kinds of stuff, without taking action. They see, oh, this thing worked for this person or this artist, this entrepreneur, but they don't make the connection that they could try that thing themselves. And even if they do make the connection that they could try it, they sort of go, oh, I'll try that sometime. Yeah, Deborah, there's bagpipes going on in the background that started right when I sat down, so hopefully the noise isn't too loud. It makes my video very dramatic sounding. This is going to be a stirring call to action for all of you artists out there to go and make your art happen. But that wasn't planned. There's some sort of activity going on over there. So, long story short, I got off the call with this artist, and I've been thinking for the last week, what do I do to help artists stop consuming information and instead take action and move forward, do the things that are actually required to help you succeed as an artist. And so then I was thinking, we do our classes and we give people information, but giving people information is not enough. It's sort of the problem that it's inherent to the problem that I'm talking about. And so I thought, okay, well, what about a mastermind group? Or what about getting a group of artists together and having them focus on, taking action, implementing the things that they've learned? And so that's what I have decided I'm going to do. I think that I'm going to put together a group of artists where, no more than 10, maybe 12 artists, and we will meet together twice a month, talk about whatever challenges you're facing, help each other come up with a plan on how to meet that challenge, and then move forward and implement whatever plan we come up with. So that's the gist of what I want to do. And I was thinking, what does this mastermind group look like? And for those of you who don't know what a mastermind group is, so the term comes from the book Think and Grow Rich from a guy named Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill was he was a secretary or some kind of assistant to some of the wealthiest people in the early 1900s in the United States. And he originally got that position because he was a college student who wanted to figure out a way to pay for college. And so he approached one of the Rockefellers and said, hey, I want to write a book about how rich people become rich. And Rockefeller ended up hiring him as an assistant, and then wrote him letters of introduction to a handful of the wealthiest people in the world at the time, including Henry Ford and several others. And one of the things that Napoleon discovered while he was working with these people is that they all got together periodically, monthly, quarterly, whatever, to discuss their problems, and he called this group a mastermind group. These folks walking right behind me to the hotel over here. And so from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, the mastermind phenomena started, where people started getting together and creating mastermind groups together. And you can create your own mastermind group. There's certainly nothing stopping you from creating a mastermind group. Sarah Milburn says, I'm currently reading your book. It's really helpful. Awesome, Sarah. Don't just read the book. Implement what you've learned. Take the examples and the stories and go implement them rather than just reading about them. I would rather have somebody stop halfway through my book because they had such a great idea they wanted to implement in their business that they went and spent the next couple months implementing it and profiting off of it, and then they don't finish the book. I would rather have that happen than somebody just read the book and not use anything that's in it. So anybody who wants to can create a mastermind group. You go find your friends, you get together with some peers that you respect, and you say, hey, we're going to meet together every so often and help each other out. And that works really well. That I've had several peer-led mastermind groups that have been phenomenally helpful. In fact, I'm in 2 of them right now that are fantastic. I've also been in paid mastermind groups that were not so good, and I've also been in paid mastermind groups that were really helpful. But mastermind groups have been really, really helpful to me in my art business, in my business helping artists. So we're going to put our own mastermind group together, and this will be the first time that I've done this since we first created our How to Sell Your Art Online course. When we first did it back in 2010, it was a very small mastermind group, I think 5 or 6 people, and that's how we taught the course originally. Of course, it's been a long time, and we have a whole suite of courses now, and that's not how we're going to do this. This mastermind group is solely going to be focused on that core group of 10 artists, implementing what they've learned and iterating on what they've learned. Sort of the form that these mastermind groups take when I lead them, whether it's peer-led or paid. The best ones that I've been a part of is the structure goes something sort of like this. Everybody gets together. We do it via Google Hangouts usually, just whatever video chat software works. And everybody, we spend the first 15 minutes just sort of checking in on what's happened in the last couple of weeks. And then we take one person, put them on the hot seat for 30 minutes and basically dive deep into their business, figure out what's going on with them, what they need help with. And then the final 15 minutes is just a wrap up and, hey, this is what I'm committing to doing over the next 2 weeks. And then in between the mastermind groups, we have weekly check-ins, accountability check-ins, and that's either done via email or group chat. I prefer the group chat option because it stays out of my email inbox, which is already overwhelmed, and allows for more real-time communication. So that's the basic structure that I'm looking at. We are looking for artists who are serious. So we're looking for artists who are already generating regular sales from their art business, people who've demonstrated that they're able to take information and implement it. I will be leading these groups. I'll be leading the calls. I'll be there. Me and the Abundant Artist team will be on the accountability check-ins to make sure that everybody's doing what they said they would do. So we're looking for experienced artists. We're looking for people who are either already going full-time in their art business or they're on the verge of going full-time. Maybe they're already generating regular revenue, but they haven't quite made the leap to quit their jobs yet. That's sort of the area of artists that we're looking for. Artists who are in the 6-figure and up category may or may not be a good fit. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So we're looking for primarily full-time artists for this particular mastermind, either full-time or already on the verge of full-time. That's pretty much that. We have an application up on the website. It's at theabundantartist.com/mmapplication. We're only taking people by application for this group. So before you can even pay, we will be asking you to fill out an application, and if it's a good fit, then we'll put a group together. And And I'm not just saying you have to be making a certain amount of money and be at a certain place. We're also looking for a good fit. So we want to have a good personality profile amongst the group, and probably a diverse group of the way that artists are making their income. We don't want just a bunch of artists that are in galleries. We want artists that are in galleries, that are selling directly, that are doing licensing, so that we can have a diversity of ways that artists work. Sonia Thompson says, what about the ones who are just starting out? If you're just starting out, if you're generating like $30,000 or less a year, and you're not full time, I would recommend checking out our How to Sell Your Art Online courses. Those courses not only have the information you need, they also have group phone calls that meet fairly regularly. They're larger groups. They're not focused like these mastermind groups are. You're not going to get the sort of attention that you would get in this smaller mastermind group. But I would recommend checking out the How to Sell Your Art Online courses. So that's pretty much that. I am looking forward to chatting with you about mastermind groups. If you have questions, you can shoot us an email over at theabundantartist.com. You can go to our contact page and shoot us any questions you might have about the mastermind group there. You can also message us here on Facebook if you have those questions. So I'm hoping that we can put this together. We're going to start. I forgot to mention this. We're going to start July 1st. So it's May. It's the middle of May, but I am starting now because I want to make sure that we get the right fit, the right group. So July 1st is when we're going to start, and we're going to go 6 months through the end of the year. So again, I'll post a link to the application over in the top comment when this video posts. And that's pretty much that. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks, everybody. Bye.